What's up, everybody? Welcome to Quest and Chaos plays Rime of the Frostmaiden. Yeah! I'm James Arano, your dungeon master, and here we are joined by Thomas, Matt, Tossie, Alondra, and the voice of the Apollyon, our very own JP. Yes, the problems of living in places with cold weather.
The middle of nowhere. Just call it the middle of nowhere. It's fine.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was very polite of you, James.
Cast bonfire.
Make
a deck save.
Yeah. But yeah, it is great. We have everybody here today, which is why I'm super jazzed. But first, before we begin the game, we have some announcements. We've got the friends. We got Nord Games. Go to nordgames.com/3.html to go to our affiliate link. You help them out, you help us out, and if you use the coupon code chaotic20, you help yourself out to 20% savings.
Out of focus. Treacherous traps. They have all sorts of decks and books and cool stuff.
Yes, decks, books, dice, modules, shit like that. Not shit like cool shit, like shit, but cool shit. Yeah, check that out. Nord Games. llc.com/3.html. Our other friend is Birds of Paradise. Go to birdsofparadise.com. They've got bird-themed dice. We do not have Tiana on hand to go be like, oh, but we have Thomas showing off. What kind of dice are those?
These are the prickly pear, which are in the store right now. You can buy these right now.
Yes.
Ooh.
And we also have these color. This is the blue.
The magpie?
Yeah, I believe it's the magpie. Or no, it's something. Actually, that's the Birds of Paradise. The titular Birds of Paradise.
Ooh.
Made by our very own Andrea of the Burbs. And if you use Chaotic in the checkout, that is 15% off your total purchase. Coolio, those are our friends, but you can also help us out by going to patreon.com/questandchaos. There you can find out all the perks that are percolating out. We've got our Guild of the 5Es, which has Spike done their session with folks yet?
It hasn't been. You were hoping soon.
Hoping soon. But yes, we got our Guild of the 5Es, where our very own Quest and Chaos crew plays with you all. Is some super cool interconnected world jazzy fantasy stuff. We've got necromancers and stuff like that, undead. It's a fun little campaign we're putting together. So check that out. And we're also trying to figure out what other perks we should get, because we've had some very interesting conversations pre-game today, talking about jobs and dating and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, let us know.
If you're interested in dating one of our Quest by Chaos members, please comment below.
Yeah. At the highest level of our Patreon rewards.
I like eggs.
Invest in chicken coops.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's it for announcements. Tuesday, folks are playing Tales of Tolindia. Yes? Or Skies Over Tolindia.
Freelancer Skies Over Tolindia.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm fine.
I said steampunk before. That's totally inaccurate. It's like Sky Pirates World War I kind of feel to it.
Oh.
It's pretty cool. They've got the dogs, they got the cats. If you're a furry, get on that. It's some good shit there. Skies Over Tolindia using the freelancer system. Check them out on Kickstarter. Being Kickstarter right now, and we're going to be doing a little 2-shot preview. And because it's run by Thomas, I do believe, yes?
I don't think so. It's going to be run by one of the designers, in fact.
Ooh.
Fun.
Then we know for sure it's going to be a legitimate 2-shot.
Wow.
Oh,
Shots fired.
coming out the gate strong tonight.
But on that note, I am going to GM a session of Freelancer Skies Over Tolindia on March 3rd for Jasper's Game Day charity helping to support and reduce childhood suicide. So that's
getting on.
Legit.
If there are other charities y'all think we should support, just put that up in the chat, either here in Twitch or down in the YouTubes. I think we are moving into a place where philanthropy can be much more accessible for us. So I'd like to see where that goes. Cool. I think that is it for announcements. Does anyone else have anything? Thomas, yes.
I do have some announcements. We have 3 cards that are carrying over from our Patreon awards. That is a regeneration potion, which heals 1d4 plus 1 at the start of every round of combat. Critical strike, turn a regular hit into a critical hit. And dangerous oil. When applied to a weapon, it becomes a +1 magical weapon until the end of combat.
Yeah. And you can help us out with those perks by going to our patreon.com/questionchaos and figuring out how that all works out. Cool. Any bits, Thomas?
We have 4 left over. That is it.
All right. Y'all have been having a lot of leftovers lately. I haven't been it's rough on y'all as I need to be. And I got Oriole right here. I should really embody their spirit and just coming at you hard with that winter's cold. But we'll see if that actually happens in this afternoon's episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Pew, 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 pew. And welcome back, folks. Still jazzing here. What happened last time?
So much happened last time.
What did happen last time?
I need to think about this for hot. Right. Okay. Elspeth woke up from one of their dreams in which they believe they may have seen their god. But they were woken by some loud noise outside of their inner room. So she opened up the windows and looked below and saw that there were some barrels knocked over. Sorry.
Where were those knocked over?
The barrels
outside our room?
Below the 2 rooms with or below Elspeth, Donovan, and not Inkwa, Renner. Renner. I'm just like,
oh, that's my fault. I'm sorry.
It's a crossover episode. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Sorry, guys. And then Inkwa runs out of the room really quick. I'm in the WandaVision. What? Who is that? What's going on? All right. I'm sorry about that. Let me change this in the system for you, James.
But yes, their room, and they looked down below and heard some whisperings of Undercommon, which they vaguely remember from their childhood, but do not speak fluently. I know all about that. But Elspeth took Renner, and they went downstairs to find out that there were some Duragar, invisible, that were plotting to steal something. But battle ensued. There was a quick moment where Renner impaled Elspeth with the trident, but as the noise was accumulated in this tiny alleyway, Donovan, Amoa, and Azar were awoken and began to pepper them from long distance from their window. They gave chase. They lost the leader, but they were able to find one whose escape was not as successful. They took them in their custody, only to be taken into custody by the local town militia. They were dragged into East Haven's town hall, where they were thrown into the dungeon slash prison below and had a good time, in which at one point the captain, Indra Arlagath, came, only for the Durgar that they had in their possession to go a little survival mode. They beat it up, knocked it out after Elspeth got punched. They took the Durgar into the interrogation room, only to learn that they were collecting Chardolin, a substance not inherently bad, but is very absorbative and takes on the magical properties of whatever is used to fill it with. Only to, subjugate 10 towns and the rest of Icewind Dale into the Durgar rule. They finished that interrogation. They made their way to the White Lady Inn, only for good old Ronaldo to show up once more and say, "Hey, buddies, wouldn't you like to go see a seance?" That's very British. He's a bit more Irish. There we go. Ronaldo was like, "Hey, would you all like to join me for a seance?" And you all went into the back room. And many skeptics were within this group, only to be proven wrong, as the White Lady did come in using Ronaldo as a vessel to answer a few questions, some of which of Kerconic, others of the figure that was coasting across the sky, to figure out what exactly is Auril doing to Icewind Dale to leave it in a perpetual night. 2 questions were answered, 1 was not, and the seance was ended. Now, all 5 of them, not all 5 of them, there was a couple who did not go in. Renner did not go in. The other 4 left the seance room back into the front of the White Lady Inn to finally have some good old breakfast. And that's where we begin. In the lodge feeling of the White Lady Inn, it's warm. It's been nice, especially after the few adventures that you've had with the caverns, the hag, all manner of things. So it is nice to be once more in a near warm hearth and food presented before you.
Food is good.
Well, that was something.
Yes, what transpired in there? Was it legitimate? I did see the curtains drift a bit, but I'm not sure if it was just a draft or something.
Seemed real to me.
Hmm.
Elspeth?
Felt real to me. Unfortunately.
So I am to understand that, and he's going to reference wherever Ronaldo is. What's Ronaldo doing?
Ronaldo is just kind of, currently not out with you all. He's remaining with the last few remnants of people who are also part of the seance and just kind of talking it up a bit.
He'll gesture over to that. That was legitimate. That bard.
Well, I can't say for sure, but I do spend an awful lot of time, talking to the dead, and that felt a lot like talking to the dead, so...
I have grossly misjudged bards up to this point. I had no idea there were things that were...
Most of the ones I've met have no interest in that sort of thing, so I was fully with Donovan on thinking he was a conman of some sort.
Understood.
Yes. So Donovan sort of rubs his slightly pointed ears without prosthetics on his. Usually, I usually can sense a charlatan when I see one, and yeah, he was. It's still a bard. Let's be real.
Of course,
Still a bard, but. did not seem to be trying to pull one over on anyone.
I wonder what he stands to gain from it. I mean, most people don't go into the profession of seances and speaking with the dead lightly.
Maybe we can go ask him.
Maybe he gets
Why
more
do you have to go
followers.
and ask him when he's right here?
Oh,
As
God!
the little
Oh,
Oh,
halfling
Oh.
steps up, a little stride in his step.
Hi,
I'll have to,
Ronaldo.
like, swing my arm.
Oh, wait. You know my name. I'm Ronaldo. I have been the pleasant one in introducing myself, but the pleasantries have yet to be returned. What are your old names?
Donovan
Donovan Chambers the Third.
Oh,
You want breakfast?
I've actually quite had my fill. This is a bit draining to do a seance, so I will probably eat a little bit later.
Okay.
But thank you very much. And your
Well-
name, lovely lady?
Elspeth Lingvist.
Oh, yes, you. But the one who offered the breakfast.
I'm Azar.
Azar, a pleasure. And my fine Stony and Guild friend here, what are your names?
Amor Tua Angelan.
A pleasure. Do you come from the spine of the world? Are you from the south?
That's correct.
Ah. Well, welcome to 10 Towns. I'm sure it's a bit of a difference for you. And for you, my friend, us land breathers are an interesting bunch, are we not?
Bard Ronaldo, you continue to surprise me. Renner's going to smile when he mentions that.
Well, as a bard, you truly have to have a bit of an open mind. See the world, not for what it is, for what it is, not for the way we want it to be.
So I am to understand that you have revealed the lady in that room. I apologize, I could not make it in there. I was preoccupied with my thoughts.
Looks over at the slightly eaten plate of raw fish. Understood. But yes, we have a bit of a connection, if you will. Sometimes when you reach out and ask for a bit of conversation, there can be people who answer.
What led you to this? Why?
Well, I mean, it is certainly nice to provide people with a bit of a comfort. With all the strange things going on, a bit of the supernatural adds a bit of, oddly enough, stability for some people to know that there are other beings out on watch and they're here and willing to talk.
Ronaldo, what do you know of this perpetual night thing that's happening?
Well, happens to be our good friend, the Frostmaiden, Oriel. She decided that this was to be her new home and is doing everything she can to make it so. Making it a bit more comfortable for her and forgetting that there was other people who lived here before.
Has anyone tried to talk to her or anything?
Quite the elusive one. I mean, when you're riding on a giant bird, you don't really want to mess with that. And, she goes about where she likes. Whereas here, to go out and about could easily mean death.
That's because that's her fault, right?
Largely, but even so, the tundra, even just a little bit out of the 10 Towns and even Ice Haven, even if along the East Way, can be a bit dangerous if you're not keeping your eyes out.
Friend Ronaldo, as you have said, you need to know a little bit about everything as you travel.
Yeah.
Have you come to know where this bird resides or this type of creature resides?
Well, I mean, I haven't been particularly tracking her because at times it can be, how should I say this? A joyride, if you will. Ever get on an axe beak and you just ride around a little less now, so, but perhaps with her giant bird, she seems to do that, where she goes where she pleases. But more often than not, it's in the middle of the night where she does her spell to maintain her lovely, lovely night.
And does this always occur from whatever the direction? What was the direction? Which way did we see?
You saw her going from east to west.
And does it always start in the east and end in the west?
Not necessarily. Again, sometimes it feels like she's going for a joyride.
Huh.
Goes where she pleases.
Wonder what kind of joy she gets out of this.
I
Seems
mean,
perfectly dismal to me.
Maybe
Soon
that's the
everything's going
joy.
to starve and everyone will have to leave.
I mean, sir.
Does she like people? Sorry. Zara, go ahead.
Well, if everything starves and everything has to leave, she'll be all alone. She can't want that, can she?
Can't say. Never quite talked to a god before, so they may have a bit of a different agenda, different wants than us mortals.
Not even anyone to worship her. Very strange.
Maybe her comfort is the cold itself.
Azar shivers at that idea.
Do you know where she came from?
Oh, not necessarily. I heard that there's tales of how she, on a more not an ethereal plane, but a different plane, was ousted, not very welcome, possibly for her own demeanor, as we can see here, and found that here on the material plane, she could find a little home for herself.
Can I ask, just because Renner does know about different planes of existence, would he know of which plane she had come from? Or like, well, let me rephrase it. Hearing that, it's like, I'm sorry, friend. Did you say that this god has come from a different plane of existence?
Possibly. I mean, that's what we're trying to essentially figure out. But certainly she's not of the material plane, as you can see.
Curious.
How effective her means and ways are.
And it's just this that you've witnessed, the changing of the...
So far, and the effects that it has, the very, very cold weather and all the things that comes from the sun never rising.
Huh.
Or do you think she has any friends back in the other plane?
I mean, doubt it. If her cold demeanor is perpetual across all planes, I'm sure she is a riveting person at a party.
Maybe she just wants love.
Who knows? I mean, Ronaldo is always here, but so far she has yet to come and visit me.
Would I have heard of any? Would Renner have heard of anything from the elemental plane of water about a deity that can control weather and or the night sky? You know, like anything that we've been seeing, any symptoms, any kind of history, something that he can pull from it.
Yeah.
And he's now starting to piece together things.
Let's try a religion check. Or history, whichever works.
That's a natural one. So
one. Nope.
Either one. Yeah. I can't quite remember what I learned in school, but and school meaning me and my friends, not a place to go, you know, school of Never mind.
Oh, like a group of.
Correct. Yes.
Mhm, I see.
Well, unless you all have anything else to ask, I'm going to head up to my room for a bit and take a bit of a rest.
I'm sorry, this might be too personal of a question, but I can't help but wonder, given all this talk, what exactly is your connection to the White Lady? She certainly seems to favor you if she's dropping you hints about the weather and coming into your seances.
Honestly, none really, aside that.
You opened the door and she entered?
Yes. And I'm sure when someone as I stands before a lady who has not had company for quite some time, the availability is there.
I see. Well, thank you for the entertainment.
Certainly. Gives you a bit of a wink, and as they turn their little braid, that short hair, but just like one long braid with some beads in it and braided, comes down. Very Obi-Wan episode 1. Has just like that singular one that comes down and then just goes off upstairs.
Huh. Elspeth, you seem to have attracted quite a bit of attention within the past 24 hours.
I mean, that's not really that unusual. It's the kind of attention that's worrying me.
Well, friends, shall we finish our breakfast and make way back on our way out?
I forget. How long does it take to get to Bryn Shander? I'm sorry. How long does it take to get to Bryn Shander?
I believe it'll take us at least a couple of days on the Eastway, and that's if we don't run into a storm. We are probably going to have to get some sort of sledge or purchase more ice beaks as well, since we've only been able to recover the one.
They were pretty pricey.
Rainier's going to lean into Elspeth, kind of under his breath, and he's be like, do we not have to return the cursed items from whence we got them?
We can do that on the way. We have to pass right by the road.
Oh, we do?
If I've read the map correctly, we should be able to just, and off to
In
the side.
remembering our first episode with Elspeth reading the map, Renner's faith is going to dwindle just a little bit. But
and then every subsequent time that she did read the map correctly.
I think that there's this Dawnfather character in Bryn Shander.
Yes.
Maybe he's a bit more powerful than his son and could actually remove the curse from the items.
Oh, right.
Daughter.
Well, so far we haven't seemed to have reignited the trouble, so I don't mind carrying them for a bit longer, but I still don't think we should try to use or touch them until we've
Yeah. I mean, if what is going to happen is what I think is going to happen, we're going to need all the help we can get.
What is it you think is going to happen?
We're going to go around adventuring until the Frostmaiden sees us, or
right.
Yeah.
The plague of adventurers being noticed by the gods.
Yeah. Do you think she's a god? Do you think she's really a god?
I don't like to take risks. If she is, I don't want to piss her off by saying she's not. If she's not,
can
then
crush
maybe
you like a bug.
her.
Doesn't really matter if they're a god or not.
Well, I've had my share of gods, and I've come across them before, and they're not all they're cracked up to be. So, no offense, Lady Elspeth.
It's quite all right. I take no offense. So, we should figure out conveyance to Bryn Shanda. Perhaps we can go meet the Dawnfather there, get some more answers. We should also perhaps talk to him about that figurehead. If it's made of Shardlin and it's absorbed any sort of negative or troublesome energy, then could be all kinds of problems. And if the Duragar are looking for it to try to steal it.
So I'm pretty broke. And the axe
No worries,
speaks-
Donovan. Renner's, when hearing Donovan say he's broke, he'll throw. Let's see what he has. He'll pull out of his pouch.
Axe beaks are 50 gold pieces each.
Well, he's actually going to throw half of what he has left at him, not really knowing much about monetary value. So you have 9 gold pieces now. Donovan.
I think we're gonna have to walk. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw the axe beaks that they had. They didn't have a lot, and we lost the ones we got. I'm not sure if they'll give us more.
Do you think that we never really cleared out that cave with the hag?
And the giant skeleton? No.
Yeah.
That nearly killed us. You want to go back?
There's usually treasure to be found in places like that.
But there's also giant skeletons that want to squish us.
Yes, but we've slept. I mean, we have slept, and
You have slept.
I am feeling refreshed-ish. And
And hearing this inspiring speech from Donovan, he's gonna be like, if you do want to go back to the hag, I am more than welcome to open to that suggestion. I feel as if we have unfinished business in that place. So,
Given the circumstances, I personally have very strong feelings about not going back there. Though I would hate for you all to go without me, and that become more of a problem. I was going to recommend we maybe stop by the library and do some research, but if you all want to go fight a giant undead skeleton, I suppose I can just go pack up my incense and we can go do that.
You can go to the library with the captain lady.
I think she's terribly busy. I was hoping I could do some research about Frostmaiden or perhaps the Shardlin and something about the White Lady.
I can go ask her. She has time.
We really shouldn't trouble her any further, I don't think. We've already caused quite enough trouble.
well, what if it didn't take us? How long did it take us to get out there? By boat?
an hour or so, I think.
Yeah, a
Just
couple
happened.
hours of looking and finding. Yeah.
Do you think Ron is going to let us borrow his boat again after what
Ooh.
happened last time? Because I don't particularly feel like swimming.
I could go retrieve the rowboat that we left adrift and bring it back and bring us. Was the rowboat large enough for all of us to sit on
It's
comfortably?
large enough for 4 of you.
Oh, perfect. I could. Well, he doesn't like the idea of having to tow people, but I mean, technically, I could swim alongside you if we do want to go back.
Could
Perhaps
Try and
the
convince him.
library. Amoa, what do you think?
could try and convince him with some gentle words of encouragement, and we could borrow his boat again. It's okay.
I did have that heart-to-heart with him, and he seemed...
He might be amiable to the idea. Maybe we take him along.
Watch, the hag is going to be his wife. His
Worst case-
long-lost wife. And we'll be like, oh, great.
Worst case scenario, we take the small boat. You swim alongside us. You tell us the story of your people.
that can be arranged.
Amor looks at Donovan. What you say?
Yeah. I don't know. I think I think Ron could stay in the boat when we go in the cave.
Oh, caves.
Those harpies had to live somewhere too, right?
Are we
And
sure
if they
there are
were,
more of those?
but if they were eating people, they would have brought back whatever the people had on them.
They did look quite malnourished.
Yeah. Mm.
Do we really think that a bunch of fishermen are going to have treasure worth fighting an undead frost giant skeleton and whatever else might be in there? We still don't quite know the source of that sound.
The wind?
Yes, the wind, that I'm sure is absolutely just wind and has no other source whatsoever given our track record.
So you're saying there's a mystery that needs to be solved?
No, she's trying to say.
Elspeth cries softly into her hands.
Just trying to tell Donovan bluntly. No, what she's trying to say is that if you make one miscalculation for all of us.
I'm refresh my memory. We need more money, is what you're saying. We don't have enough money currently to afford the things
what?
we need. I don't know. That's what I'm.
Axe speaks to speed our travel.
But we saw all the axe beaks, and the ones that we had died. More money doesn't make more axe beaks.
Right. So perhaps library?
Well, you all figure out the plan. Why don't I at least go to the library and do some research? That should also give me about, I don't know, I could use like an hour of just sitting still. I don't recall if you remember, I did get punched very violently in the face a few hours ago. Yeah. Haven't quite recovered from that.
Oh, I remember a trident sticking out of you, too.
All right, Donovan, let's not get crazy, all right? Let's not relive past memories. It was not my fault, that creature. Lady Elspeth, if you are going to the library, I am not a fan of the written word, so I might excuse myself and go into town for a moment, but...
I like books. I'll go.
Right. Yeah. Elspeth is just like... does not want to be involved in this decision-making process because she is scared out of her mind by a number of things. So, while everybody else figures out a plan.
Well, okay. Why don't Renner and I we need to. I need to pick up some provisions. I've shot a few arrows and I need to restock. And if you need to go to the library, that's I think this town is pretty safe-ish.
Right. Do you need more money?
No. Renner gave me plenty.
All right.
Does anyone need us to pick anything up for him? More clothes, bedroll, pythons, rope.
Some snowshoes. It'll make walking in the snow easier.
Yes, that's not a bad idea.
Yes, we could probably. I'm sure they sell crampons here in town. Yes, they must.
And things for climbing, because we ran into ice walls in the cave, so climbing stuff.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Perfect.
Wonderful. I also would like to, Donovan, if what you say is we need to go acquire whatever it is in the ice cave with the hag and whatever, we should probably visit Ereval again and find out from him, since he did seem to know the area and the whereabouts of that cavern. Maybe he has more information about what else resides and what else could be in that, area. Or not. I mean,
nope.
Sounds great. Yeah. Let's do it.
Amo, where are you headed to?
I'm almost just like looking at the two different parties and trying to decide for himself. He's gonna join Donovan. Because Amo's got coin that he knows, but he doesn't quite know like value of it. So he might like maybe he's still broke. I don't know.
Okay. So let's do shopping first.
We got shopping.
Easily enough, you find a store called the Snow Hare.
Cute.
Has a little bunny on the front.
Like a dead bunny or something.
Oh no, it's perked up ears and
you
like
know, horror campaign and all.
Oh yeah. Got a good side shot of it. And oh yeah, like that, but a little less toothy.
With a heading.
So yes, you are there before the Snow Hare.
Perfect. Let's see what kind of wares they have here. So exciting.
I'm just hovering behind Donovan, like, oh, never really.
Amoa, you kind of have to duck a little bit underneath the door frame because it seems to be a little bit lower, and it's a little bit of a squat, almost tortoise shell kind of building. Very interestingly shaped, not very square or triangular in any
tall.
way. Yeah, but you kind of like have to squat in, but then it opens back up, and it is strewn about. It is messy. It's very knick-knacky in a way, almost antique store kind of setup where it's just like things are strewn about.
Okay.
And you don't see the back counter just because of all of the stuff that is in front of you. You see some glass, you see some wood sticking out, kind of like skis. A couple of them mismatched. Shelves, just bunch of stuff just strewn about.
Oh my, look at this. This is so rustic.
That's one way of putting it, yes. What do you... Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I'm just going to go ask and see if they have the things that I need.
Right.
You kind of have to bob and weave past some things. You have to kind of shuffle. Some of the things have just kind of like bushes in a way where it's just like some stuff are just jutting out and you either like shuffle around or you just kind of push them to the side, and eventually you make your way to the back counter, which is just piled up with like some paper and other little knickknacks. And right now you just see a drawn curtain in the back.
Hello, everyone. Anyone?
Very Mrs. Doubtfire. That was good. Everyone.
Is there a bell to ring, maybe?
You look around and you see a couple little just a bunch of different like metal knickknacks, and you see something that looks vaguely like a bell.
I'll try and ring it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
Coming. And eventually you see the curtains part, and what you see is a figure in just like a very tight trench coat and like glasses go over here, scarf wrapped around their head as well as a hat, and you really don't see their face, and they kind of just like have a very interesting shifting motion as they kind of wobble forward up to the counter. How can we help? How can I help?
That's an interesting phrasing. Hi, I'm looking to pick up some adventuring gear.
What are you looking for? We have many things. And you see the sleeve just kind of flop and then come back in.
What does this person look human-ish?
human-ish, but everything is completely covered at the moment.
Is it 3 kobolds in a trench coat?
Make a perception check.
Ooh, that's not bad. What's my perception? 17.
17. You look and you see that the scarf has a bit of a protrusion outwards. You try and peer in, and you see little golden eyes that just like kind of duck anytime you like try and make eye contact. But yeah, and it's just kind of a wobbly figure in a large trench coat.
Oh, right. Okay. Pleasure to meet you. Donovan Chambers III.
Pleasure, Donovan.
So, do you have snowshoes by any chance?
Oh yes, they are over in that section.
Great. How much are those per pair? Because we need 5 pairs.
Per pair, we will say, well, it's a bit of a mismatched sword. So how does 1 gold and 5 silver sound for each pair?
Yeah. That speeds us up, right? That speeds us up walking.
I mean, from a gameplay standpoint, it prevents you from being slowed down.
Okay, perfect. So that's so 4 pairs is 6 gold. So 7.5 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just it sounds wonderful.
Excellent. Is there anything else we can get for you? How about you?
Renner, did you need anything? Moa?
You think you're speaking for the both of us, yeah?
Okay. I need a bedroll. It's freezing out there. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, that's why we keep our cold gear on. Keeps us very warm.
And a blanket.
Ask me, very warm.
Okay.
We have a member of a group that she's just a magnet for damage. What do you got for that as far as something to help? You got any survival kits that we can use? Or
well, here at the Snow Hare, we have many things.
Would it be easier if you just took the coat off and...
No, it keeps us very warm.
Okay.
Well, what is... Renner is so confused. What is... Do you know this creature, Donovan? What is this? What is going on?
This is the proprietors of this store.
Right, it's obvious there's no thing. It's obvious there's multiple of you in there. We're not dumb. And also, from my angle, I can see up you into your through your thing.
You see like a little peer like in the center part of the trench coat where at times it kind of like opens up for like breathing, just like.
I mean, if it makes you more comfortable, I suppose. I just don't understand why you would have to, or whatever. I don't know. Donovan, you know what? You continue shopping. I'm going to go visit our friend. I'll meet you at the chapel.
Okay.
Renner's done. He's going to leave.
Renner leaves.
Amor does not know what the hell's going on. Okay, see you later.
Yeah, and then I just need to buy some 2 sets of 20 arrows for
2 sets of 20 arrows. I mean, that will be 2 gold if I do remember. Yes, 2 gold.
And then just out of character, we had grappling hooks and rope. We had enough of that stuff getting around the caves.
I mean, I'm assuming, but
Did we stop to retrieve it? Because we were pretty much just running out of there. So I don't know if we technically have that anymore.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We were being chased by a frost giant skeleton.
hempen rope is pretty expensive. I don't think Donovan would have left
Yeah,
it
it's
I
behind.
just say the rope we might have grabbed. I just don't remember if we.
How many ropes did
timed
we
up.
have? I know I had one, but we did not use mine, so I still have one. I have a rope.
One up to get there, and then one to get down.
From the bridge.
Do
From the
you remember who used those?
One of them was mine.
Okay. Whoops. Okay. Also, Donovan, I apparently have a bedroll that I've never used that you could totally have. But
I mean,
you already
everybody
know.
should have an adventurer's kit from their
Yeah.
starter,
Yeah.
or like adventurer's kit or dungeoneering kit or whatever kit.
I have the useless one because I'm from the church.
Yeah, you got books. Renner here has
I have candles and incense, so
Yeah, the forgery kit did not include a bedroll.
unfortunately.
Ooh, but I have the healer's kit.
So yes,
Oh, that's
2
handy.
sets of arrows. Anything else you're buying? Are you buying a bedroll?
Yeah, bedroll, blanket.
Bedroll and blanket will also be an additional 1 gold and 5 silver.
Okay. I should have enough. I don't think I can get anything else.
Rope is 1 gold. If that.
Yeah, but that's heavy. Crap rope.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got a 10. No, wait. Oh, my strength is 14. Oh, I can get cheap rope. Anyway,
Amo, is there anything you'd like to buy while Donovan is also
Is there like snacks? Like jerky?
snacks?
Mm-hmm.
You asked them.
Oh yeah. You got any nibbles?
Nibbles. We have nibbles. What kind of nibbles?
Oh, what do y'all like? Moose jerky? You got any of that here?
And you kind of see like the head just kind of peer down into the cone. We'll
Almost
be
like,
right.
oh.
I'll be right back. And it kind of wobbles into the back, past the curtains. You wait a few moments. You hear a. Hey, no, I'm taking top. No. And then it kind of wobbles back out. Sorry about that. Here we have a pack of jerky.
I'm always like, this is double take. Kind of like looking at like, is this the same? But doesn't question it. Like, oh, okay. I'll
Would
take.
you like the jerky? Would you like the jerky or not?
Oh, yeah, of course. How much?
That will be 1 gold, please.
And he sort of looks through his coin pouch and like holds it out. Unsure. This one.
Just one, and like the fabric kind of flops off at the end, but you see where the hand would be.
I just place it on there.
Thank you. Kind of mitts it and then comes around down. Anything else you'd like?
Oh, I look at Donovan. Is there anything else we need? I shakes his coin pouch.
yeah, I'm shoving this stuff into my backpack and paying the 12.7 gold.
Cool.
Great. Donovan Chambers III, what was your name?
My name is Charlie.
Charlie.
You shake some fabric. You feel a tiny hand. Thank
Pleasure
you
to
for
meet
your
you.
business here at the Snow Hare.
Snow Hare. Perfect. Thank you. We're off.
Come back again. You two exit and you are back out into the cold once more. Following Renner, who left a good few minutes ago, headed over to Arabelle, yes? You head straight over and you find yourself in front of the slightly townhousey, very long-ish home with the wooden sun up on the front.
Knock, knock.
Yes. Oh, hello there. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes.
Yes. Hello, Aravel. Nice to see you again. Again, thank you for your amazing job of helping our companion remove that.
Certainly, certainly. A pleasure. A pleasure. A pleasure.
Did I interrupt anything?
No, nothing at all. Just was doing some cleaning at the moment. But how can I help you?
Wonderful. Question. We may have left in haste to gather the ice chunks of the tainted giant water. I'm still a little fuzzy on remembering the details. Do you know what else resides in there? We did come across a large skeleton giant and a hag and harpies, but we did not find the fisherman that we were looking for. Do you know?
Well,
Is it being?
If they happened to be near that cave and came across said hag, they would probably been part of the lunch.
Ah, right. I'll just cut to the chase. Is there a treasure in that area, or is there something that has been guarded for a while?
I mean, there's certainly a possibility, but I'm quite unsure. The research that I found is largely just the giant hot springs. If you do not find anything on your initial charge there, then I'm unsure whether there would be.
Right. We didn't really explore the depths of the cavern, and there was a noise. There was this noise.
Yes. Oh, that we do know of. That is there is a portion of the cavern in which some stalagmites have kind of ascended upwards, and somehow also with the carving of the water was able to carve holes in it, and there's also a little bit of an opening and the wind comes through and it gives it a bit of a atmosphere.
Understood. Right. Well, I think that's all the information I need. So you don't know if there's anything else out in that area?
No, certainly not. I mean, unless the hag herself had something, but I'm quite unsure.
Wonder. All right. Well, thank you. We may be on our way to Bryn Shander to see the Dawn. Any information? On
yes. My father. Well, he is a very nice man. Very tall, silver hair. Just keep that in mind.
Would he be welcoming of us, or do we need to mention your name to him when we arrive?
You know, when you find him, he may be in a bit of a less than stellar mood, not due to any reason for you folks. It is the business he's conducting over in Bryn Shander. So just take your time with him. It'll be.
Is it all right to mention your name? Or are you
yes.
Oh, all right.
Mention his son, Aravel.
All right. Well, thank you, Aravel. I think that is all that I need. Unless anyone wants to drop something in the Zoom chat. Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. And good day to you.
You tip your hand down towards him. He waves up at you, and you make your way out towards.
I mean, I'll wait for them out front. I don't, because I know they were going to come here, and I don't want to get lost. So.
And shoom, we head over to Elspeth and Azar as you walk through the winding streets of East Haven. You find yourselves.
What is that?
Giant hornets come from down.
Oh no, they're back.
Not this module again.
This happened last year. It only stayed for a brief time. Good job. Just saying, the folks at the wildlife stuff in Washington, they hunted them down real quick. Murder hornets, if y'all are wondering. But yes, Elspeth and Azar, you find yourselves back at the town hall. You enter once more, and I'm assuming ask to go straight to the library.
Yeah. Just ask whoever's working the front desk if we could go visit the library.
Let me make sure which room is the library. Okay. 14. Where is 14? Okay. So the first time you had to go up to like that second story where Indra's office was, and you were further guided up to a third story that compared to the second one below, you could see the first floor through like the railing and the up above kind of portion, but the third floor is very much its own thing. And immediately as you ascend up these stairs, you find yourself in a pretty small, about 50 or 20 by 30 foot room with some shelves that have some books but are largely empty at the moment.
Great. I'd like to
Too
take.
bad.
What's that, Tasa?
Oh, this is too bad. There's not too many books. She really seemed keen on showing you the library, though.
I mean, any books are wonderful. The sharing of knowledge. Elspeth would like to look around. She is specifically looking for anything having to do with the history of East Haven that might talk about what used to go on over in those caves, what the deal with the lake is. Basically anything that'll point her to more information about the White Lady, why there's a hag in the caves, anything like that. She will also look for anything involving the religious practices of the area that might give us clues about the Frostmaiden or the worship of Lathander or any of those kinds of things. Okay. She's kind of trying to just do a general, like, how much helpful information can I get?
With an hour, I would say you could choose between East Haven mythology and lore and history or religion, whichever you would like.
She's gonna go history. That's more her. That's more her bucket.
Okay, with East Haven. Okay, roll me a investigation check.
And Azar is here to help, so.
Okay, so you can roll with advantage.
Wonderful. That's the same number on both dice. What's my modifier? That's an 11 for investigation.
Okay. 11. In the time that you have, you quickly find a book that has a very basic kind of history of it, where East Haven was one of the first ones to cement itself as one of the 10 towns before 10 towns was ever a thing. It was founded by thieves who come from the Duchy of Cape Velen, which is a peninsula very, very far south, along the continent of, is the world Toriel? Or no, the continent of Toriel.
Yes.
So at the very furthest portion of it. They left that portion of the Cape because they did not want to bow down to the thief guild masters of that time, so they decided to bring themselves up to here as far away as possible to carve a place for their own, which is why the watch thy pocket or watch thy pouch signs are at this front of every entrance of East Haven. It is very much holds on to that sense of self-sufficiency, even if it is less than reputable. Yeah. Again, you also kind of see the history of 10 towns where it had its different stages, and architecturally, from the center portion of town and how it expanded outwards, you can see the difference in building construction.
Okay.
But overall, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Anything else that specifically talks about the lake, legends, history, anything involving the lake? Because we've got this Charlatan figurehead, we've got this set of creepy caves, all these. So anything that might point to that, information about any of those areas.
Cave-wise, you find similar notes that Aravel was able to relay to you. In terms of the lady, very much a folktale, a tall tale that resembles very similar to what Ronaldo was able to tell you, that there's this lady very much in love with this man, and his greatest flaw is that he was very miserly. He held onto his coin desperately, and they happened to be out on the loch at one point, and his chest of money fell into the loch, and he dove in after it.
And then she flung herself in after him.
Flung herself in to join him, and yeah, it's largely folk tales. There is no name of the White Lady, just that if you ever look out onto the loch on a particularly cold and windy day, the snow flurries at times can create the image of a lady of white hair, of white dress, standing out on the lake. Yeah.
Cool.
I will say also in that time, as you're particularly looking around, compared to the other books bound in pretty standard leather of brownish shades, there's one that does stand out in bright red.
Definitely gonna pop a peek at that.
And as you look at it, it is the poetry book that Imdra told you about before, in which the wizard was found on his person.
I'd like to take a flip through. Was he any good?
You read it, and it is particularly not crass, but standard. Like, you are like a rose, red, delicate. Your lips call me to you. I find myself forever drawn into the infinite space between thy lips. Stuff like that.
Cool. Elspeth is not impressed. It's like, is there anything about this book that gives me a tingle of any sort of arcane magic being attached to it?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Don't necessarily expect it, but you know, it did belong to a wizard. They do weird shit with books sometimes. That's a 19.
19. In your hands, as you kind of flip through it, it does have a bit of a it gives the essence of something has been attached onto it.
So you don't mind if we sit here for another 10 minutes, do you?
I don't mind. Maybe your friend Indra will come around.
Why? If you want to go talk to her, you can go downstairs. She might be in her office. I just don't want to bother her.
Okay, I'll go tell her you're here.
Fine, all right.
Bizarre. You leave. Elspeth, what do you plan to do with this thing?
I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. I want to know what the School of Magic is attached to this book and any other information I can get about it.
Okay, and it costs, or it takes 10 minutes to cast, yeah?
Correct. I am casting it as a ritual, so it's 10 minutes.
Azar, you leave, you go downstairs, you follow the pathway you remember, and you are at the door of Imdra's office, currently open, and you see her with her blonde hair braided, kind of just draped over, and just working on some paperwork at the moment.
Is she facing the door or back to?
The face is towards the door, but head is down.
I'll try to wave a bit to catch her attention. Don't want to startle her or anything.
She's very absorbed in her paperwork at the moment.
All right, then I'll knock lightly on the door frame.
Hello.
Hi.
Azar. Yes.
Yes. I just wanted to tell you we came to see the library. I came with Elspeth. She's upstairs. I didn't want to come by without saying hello.
Oh. Elspeth is upstairs.
Yep, right upstairs. She didn't want to bother you because she thought you'd be busy, but I thought you wanted to know she was here.
and you see her putting some of the paperwork away, and then stopping the ink and wiping off the pen nib. Not currently busy at all. No, not really.
Well, she's right upstairs. Should I go get some tea?
I mean, I'm sure that. Sorry, my brain
Great.
is very.
I'll go get you two some tea. Just walk away.
You walk away, and you hear like, I mean, as you do. Where are you gonna go look for tea, my friend?
Go ask one of the guard guys if they have tea.
You go and ask, and they point you in the direction of there's a little, I guess, how should I say this? A meeting, or not meeting area, initial clerk desk, if you will, that has, it's like its own little cabinet, if you will, its own little room within the room. At which point you see an open desk, and you see a woman there sitting and just tapping on the desk, kind of waiting, as they pointed you over to her to ask about tea.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
I was going to make Captain Imdra some tea.
Oh, sure. Susie, could you put a quick kettle on? It'll take about
Don't worry, I'll do it for you. Don't worry yourselves.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
Susie, and I will take my time.
Oh, you will take your time making this tea?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Elspeth.
Yes.
A good 7 minutes in, you found yourself right between some shelves, and you're very focused on the incantation.
Mm-hmm.
You pass by the 7-minute mark, 8-minute mark, 9-minute mark. You do 10 minutes of casting, and all of a sudden your eyes just kind of flare a little bit as you look in, and it gives a very soft lavender hue coming off of the book, and particularly the words itself, and you know to recognize that as illusory magic.
Interesting. Don't like that.
What don't you like?
Sorry, I was investigating the book. Didn't hear you come up. Sorry.
No, it's very interesting poetry, is it not?
Interesting's a word for it, indeed. Not particularly skilled, is it? But I suppose the attempt is there. Sometimes that's all that.
You really, I mean, I guess you shouldn't criticize someone if you haven't tried it yourself. I myself have yet to try poetry. Have you tried poetry before?
I've read a lot of poetry, but I've never tried my hand at writing it. I was more of a, research type. Lots of facts and figures and that sort of thing.
Delightful.
Yes, my father was very fond of poetry, so he used to recite it to me, brought me books sometimes when he was between his adventures. But
an adventurer, you take after your father, then.
Almost literally. I wasn't meant to be an adventurer, but then he sort of went missing, and so I thought I should come try to find out what happened to him.
Is he up here?
Last I heard, he was headed north, so I just sort of kept going north.
Oh, okay.
It's about as north as you can get, I suppose. So
I mean, you could head all the way up to the Sea of Moving Ice, or even I am losing my train of thought. But yes, you could go even further north.
Quite. I may do at some point. I've found a lovely party. They've saved my life on far more occasions than I care to think about. So feel like I'll stick with them for a bit. See how that goes.
I mean, I would save your life at any time. Well, I mean, because you seem very not to say that you are incapable, but just
Oh no, I'm very bad at it. Which is ironic since I'm supposed to be here to help people. I'm very bad at this.
bad at
Everything, I think, right now.
I mean, no, I mean, well, you're alive, are you not?
I think so. Some days it's hard to tell.
And it seems that all of your party is too.
Fair, that's something. That's something. This book, it's magic, or it has magic. There's an illusion on it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's a thing that you knew or needed to know about. That's what I was trying to figure out. I wonder if it's hiding something else.
Do you mind if I
please?
And they come down one knee and like look at it and flip it over and good like foot away from your face and just like kind of looking it over.
Yeah, Elspeth is just doing the like awkward panic stare of just like, I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm here and it's happening.
Well, I am untrained in this sort of practice, but I mean, I guess they say words can be magic. Poetry, particularly, they really know how to stir the soul. If you understand what I'm saying.
No, I would have thought there would have been evocation then. In that case, is that? Oh God, that was terrible. That was a terrible joke.
Well, they close it. Here, you seem to be able to get more out of it than I
certainly I do feel like maybe not now, but soon I might be able to find out more about what's going on. If you don't, I could always come back and tell you if it's anything important.
I would certainly love to hear more about it. I'm here in East Haven, and you are going to be doing some adventures, so I would love to hear about it the next time you make your way through.
Yes, that'd be wonderful.
And they hand you the book.
Elspeth grabs it, and I'm sure there's like the awkward hand touch pass off.
Mm-hmm. And it lingers for a moment where Indra notices, and then they retreat.
Yes, thank
back.
you.
Well, your friend was going to make us tea, but I have been away from my desk for far too long. You would think, being the captain, you would be doing more than just paperwork, but
that sounds about right. The higher up the ladder, the more you have to deal with, or something like that.
Yes. Well, I will take my leave, Lady Elspeth.
Everyone keeps saying that. I'm not a lady. I'm just Elspeth, or Elsie. They used to call me at the.
May I call you Elsie?
Sure, why not?
Well, Elsie, I will see you the next time you are around.
Yes, we'll make sure to stop by the next time we're in town, which I hope will be soon.
Same. She stands up and does like the kind of like awkward, stiff walk towards the door, and then you see her walk down the stairs, and it's like a doom, 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 doom. And you are left between two shelves of books.
I think Elspeth fully what's the like it's the full on like lean back against the shelf, like what just happened sort of moment for just a little glazed over and like realizes she's like death gripping this book and it's just like, all right, Azar, I should go find Azar and we should find the lads and we should go see what's okay. It's very warm in here. That's very odd. They must have excellent heating in this building. And she'll just scurry down the stairs, like past the second floor as quickly as possible down to the first floor. Yeah. Like, okay.
Roll me a quick perception check.
Yeah. What's my perception modifier? 16.
16. You're throwing your eyes to make sure that you don't pass by Imdra, but with the open door, you just see Imdra with her head on the desk going toom, 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 as you
No. Yep, nope. It processes that, gets the button stairs, realizes, and just sits down. Probably even on the floor, just like sits down, like, okay.
Over to the side, Azar, you see Elspeth descend and then just kerplump at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, her tea is just finished. It's like perfect. I bring the cup of tea over. It's like, anything interesting?
Books full of magic. Long drink of tea.
Anything else interesting?
Wizards are bad at poetry.
Right. And I'll take the other cup and go upstairs to Imdra.
You just ascend up the stairs and you find a similar thing with just Imdra no longer pounding the head, but just kind of has the head resting on the desk, just like,
Right. Let me make a stealth check.
Okay, make a stealth check, my friend.
All right, that's a 20. I'll just like leave the cup of tea on like the edge of the desk and just walk right on out the room.
Yep. You leave the ninja cup of tea just appears there. You sneak back out and find Elspeth at the bottom of the stairs.
Right. So magic book, eh?
Right, yes, magic book, full of illusion magic. Can't figure it out now, might be able to later, and Imdra said I could keep it for the time being, so I'm just going to take it with me.
Oh, great. So you'll bring it back later, right?
Hopefully, yes, if I don't, fall off a cliff or whatever's going to happen next, and shoving the book back down in my sack.
Oh, no, I'll make sure that doesn't happen. You're bringing that book back.
Okay. All right. We should probably go find the rest of the group.
Right. Okay.
Is it warm in this building? It feels terribly warm in this building.
Sure.
We actually were all there just watching this whole thing happen the whole time, and just like in the corner, just like
doing up the side of the door,
like Bucky and Falcon in the back of the car.
It'd be like piled over, like leaning, like just three heads.
Yeah. You're all in one trench coat.
Yeah.
Well, as Donovan, Renner, and Amoa assemble at the town hall, just as Elspeth and Azar are beginning to make their leave, you all connect once more in the town hall entrance. And that's where we're going to take our break.
Before we jump off to break, the Hefner did provide us with 1,000 bits.
Thank you.
Which is one for each of us. One for the group, one for James.
Oh, thank you.
You could have used that persuasion. Use that on a persuasion check.
My charisma is so bad, you guys. I don't know what you want from me.
That was delightful.
That's so cute.
Thank you. That was lovely.
Well, friends, we will be back in a good 7 to 10 minutes. Do that bio break, grab yourself a snack, and we will see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
us back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Sorry, I got some pork in my teeth, y'all.
Pork teeth.
Oh yeah, that moose jerky really just
Right?
sticks in the back.
So,
It's lodged back there.
I was definitely Donovan was going to get some more trail rations money. Ran out of money.
Elspeth has money. She doesn't talk about it that much, but she has money. So if you guys say we need to get more stuff and drag her along with you, she has a significant amount of money comparatively. I don't know why.
Never spent any of her coin really. So if we stuff that we need, Azar will pitch in.
Okay.
Wonderful. Are we still vamping, James?
Oh no, you're good. Thank you. Yeah, welcome back, y'all. So you five collide at the entrance of the town hall. You find a slightly flustered Elspeth. Maybe there's just like a little bit of sweat kind of coming down on the side there.
Much darker purple than usual. Just fully flushed.
Amoa makes a comment. Did you guys run back here or what? What happened?
It's very warm in the town hall.
Nothing at all happened.
Well, I found this book. It's the wizard's poetry book, but it's magic. So I'm holding on to it until until I can identify what's going on. It's some sort of illusion or something.
Wait. Are you saying that book is the book that the wizard had? The one that got burned?
Yes.
And it's poetry?
It's bad poetry, but it does seem to have a great deal of illusion magic coming off of it, so I think it might be hiding something else. And yes, Donovan, the thought did cross my mind that perhaps this is his spell book. But I spoke to Captain Imdra, and she said I could keep it for the time being, because she doesn't really know that much about magic, so I'm going to just hold on to it, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up some tricks along the way and figure out how to identify it.
Right.
Nice.
How would you go about identifying? I've learned a little bit of magic.
Well, you would even...
I could figure out how to identify it if I don't know. I'd have to work it out. I'd have to work out the formula.
Let me know. I know many clerics in my order also just have the ability to erase magical effects after a certain point, and then I can just take the magic off and see what it really is. Hopefully it's not, spiders or something. Actually, spiders wouldn't be that bad.
Can I get your opinion, everyone? As I kind of like bring it in. So what was the name of the store? The something hair?
Snow hair.
Snow hair.
So the Snow Hair seems to be run by 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
Sorry, what?
What is a kobold?
3 kobolds.
The little ones.
They're little lizard people that really like dragons.
Yeah.
Trench coat. Fascinating.
They actually seemed quite nice.
Kobolds are nice.
Do you think that's something Imdra would want to know? Or do you think she already knows
Did they do anything wrong?
No.
Well, then why would she care?
Well, because where there's 1 kobold, sometimes there's 100 kobolds.
Oh.
No, there's 3 kobolds.
Right. If they're not doing anything wrong, then I don't know that it... I mean, she's in her office if you wanted to go tell her.
They allow people to steal things here. I don't think they'll care about kobolds.
That is a fair point. I did look up a little bit of the history of the town. It was founded by, of course, the Thieves Guild, and so that's sort of just honoring that grand tradition.
Right. Okay.
Do you have something against kobolds?
I just don't. I've never encountered any that ran a store before.
That does seem unusual.
Are they normally not good people?
They're territorial, I think, more than anything. So if you find yourself in their territory, you might have to defend yourself. or
Well, they were annoying. I remember that.
it was just the ill-fitting trench coat that was most annoying. I would have
you
rather
could tell it was not a person. I don't.
You know, I don't think we're the ones to really be judging anyone on fashion choices, are we?
Everyone looks down. Everyone looks down at themselves. They're like, all right.
Well, stroking my boomerang.
Exactly. Well, Elspeth, I don't know how to speak for yourself, but I personally really enjoy my fashion choices. Thank you.
I was more referring to this as I point to the numerous blood-stained places that she's mended everything from getting stabbed constantly.
Shows great character. That's what it shows, Elspeth.
Yes, let's call it character. Where to next? Were you able to pick up all the supplies you needed, Donovan?
Yes. Yeah, I got snowshoes. His pack is pretty full. I got snowshoes for everybody.
Oh, wonderful.
Got a bedroll for myself. Another
How
blanket.
much did they cost?
There were 1.5 gold pieces a piece. I think totally I spent 12 gold.
And Azara will pay you back her share for the snowshoes.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I give it to Renner because he gave me the.
Oh, Donovan, keep it. It's fine. I've got plenty more where that came from. Not knowing that 9 gold is not really that much left. But, all right.
So I'm just gonna add the 1.5 gold. Then.
Is there anything else we should pick up? Rations, perhaps? Or...
Yes. Rations. Yeah, I did not get.
Almost like, rations, and digs into his pocket and hands out for each one a stick of moose jerky.
Oh,
wonderful.
Thank you.
I think we're going to want a bit more than that. Should we, the shop you went to, Donovan, should we go back there? Should we look for somewhere else?
Yeah. Yeah. Go say hi to Char Lee.
Yes, let's go stare at the kobolds.
After you.
Do we think we just want to? It's still kind of early morning. Do we want to head out for Bryn Shandon?
I'm feeling much better now that I've had a chance to rest, so I'd certainly be all right with that.
I'd like to grab a tent before we go.
Oh, a what?
A tent.
Oh, a tent. I heard a tent.
Maybe we go back to the snow hair then.
Yeah, let's go to Snow Hair.
Just real quick.
Oh.
Excellent.
Out of character, we can skip the role play if you just wanted to tell me how much a tent costs.
Oh, a tent I think is.
Because I forget.
I was
also on the way. Renner will explain to both Azar and because he already told Donovan and Amoa, but Elspeth and Azar about what Aravel said about if you say his name, his dad might be annoyed. Blah blah blah. He doesn't think that there's anything in the caves, but you never know. Blah blah blah.
And
go ahead.
No, and Elspeth will likewise kind of fill everybody in on whatever history stuff that she had.
Do you mention, Elspeth, this is very important to Renner, do you mention the lore of the money at the bottom of the lock?
I would mention that the version of the legend that I found was the same that Ronaldo had told us. So if you asked about that, she would recount the legend to you.
Probably wouldn't be, well, because he wasn't with you guys when Ronaldo explained that. Yeah, and he wouldn't. Okay. I don't think Renner would.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. This is fun. It's funny.
At that time, Donovan was not believing him.
Right.
So he's not making that connection either.
You could just go swim and get it, but he doesn't know about it.
Also, Azar, here's and he pulls out 20 arrows and hands them over. I got you some more arrows as well in case you need to fire.
Oh, thank you.
And the tent is 2 gold for a 2-person tent.
Thank you.
2 gold?
2 gold.
2-person tent.
2-person tent.
Yeah, and Elspeth would just want to pick up let me quickly do some math.
I'm gonna buy a tent.
Okay.
Elspeth would like to get 10 rations, which should be 5 gold. and 2 flasks of like liquor, like whiskey or something.
Okay. Which
I think is 2 copper.
So
I
you
look at
got
the
a
wrong one?
gallon of ale.
Oh, gallon of ale is a better metric.
Yeah, gallon of ale will be 2 silver pieces per gallon.
Great. Cool.
I also hand out the snowshoes to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you get one for Renner? You didn't get one for Renner, right?
I did.
You did? Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Donovan. Renner won't ever use them, but he's very thankful for them. Thank you.
Are you slow in the snow?
No. I have crampons with my boots.
Well, crampons dig into the ice. I mean, if Renner is of the arrogant sort, he might just start walking and you go straight in.
He'll hold on to them, but he doesn't think he needs them right now.
Yeah, you all get your stuff. This one, the Charlie says, "Thank you. What can we do? Anything else?"
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure doing business with you, sirs.
I'll also get a tent.
Okay, 2 gold.
Got another water skin as well, just in case we encounter any more like magical water.
Water skin is.
I already. It's 2 gold.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, load it up. And this time Charlie's like, "Thank you all so much for your business."
How long have you run the snow hare?
Oh, I have been running the snow hare ever since it was open.
Can I insight that?
Yeah.
That's that's an 8.
No, it's hard to tell with all the face covers.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a layer of dust around here?
A layer what?
A layer of dust on things.
Roll a perception check.
And do I know the lifespan of so it's only an 11 perception check.
11, you look around at the things you see and it's pretty clean.
You guys keep a clean shop. Good job.
Oh yes, it's our pride and joy.
Excuse me, sirs. Would you be willing to, if I would like to sell, and he's going to pull out his crossbow and a light crossbow and crossbow bolts.
Mhm.
He doesn't have any use for them. Could I obtain money for these items?
Okay. Crossbow and crossbow bolts. How many bolts do you have?
I have 20.
You have 20? Okay. And a crossbow. What kind of crossbow?
It's a light crossbow.
Light crossbow. Where are you? Where'd you go, you bastard? There you are. Okay. The tower of kobolds wrapped in a trench coat trying to flop over, look, and you see real quickly, as fast as it's able to, but very still apparent, like the center portion of the trench coat open up and like little hands pop out and grab it, and they look at it. Yes.
Hold on. I need to.
13 gold.
Sure. Thank you.
Were they speaking Draconic?
Yes.
Okay, I don't speak that.
Anyone speak Draconic?
Oh, to each other?
Yeah.
I have some exotic languages, but that's not one of them.
Okay.
All right. Onward then, shall we?
Do we get our axe beak?
Do you all think we could take Boulder with us, or we could just let him stay here with the goats? I'm certainly not taking the goats.
No.
I don't think having one axe beak's really going to help much.
I agree.
Okay.
The rest of it still have to walk. Wouldn't
I
be
agree.
faster.
Perhaps we stop by the stables on the way out of town and just drop off some money for continuing to board the animals.
Maybe just give them the sheep in exchange for Boulder.
That could work.
hanging out. How much are sheep worth? Charlie, how much are sheep worth? Goats and sheep.
Oh, they're worth a lot.
Oh,
They
really?
have milk. And if you're real hungry, you can eat them.
This is true. Lamb is delicious. How much would you pay for goats and sheep?
We'll pay a gold per goat.
I thought you said they were worth a lot.
Well, yeah, because then we'd sell the milk and the meat if we needed to. They're worth quite a bit.
In hearing this, he's instantly going to put together the value of what 1 gold actually means in the realm of land dwellers. And he's like, oh.
I think it's a perfectly fair deal. We can't do anything else with them. They're just going to die if we keep dragging them out in the snow. So,
Azar, you were the one attached to these animals. Would you be willing to part with them?
Well, we can't really keep them. Best to sell them to someone at least, get use out of them.
let's see. We've left Rudolph, so that leaves 12 of the others. I think there's 4 goats and math. Yes,
Goats
4
and
goats and 8 sheep,
7
5
sheep.
goats and 7 sheep. Goats and 7 sheep. So 12. 16 for the whole lot.
Sure. Where are they?
They're currently down at the Axpeak stables.
Well, you'll have to bring them here.
Of course we will.
Of course. All right. Azar, shall we? We don't have to roleplay this either. If can we,
Yeah.
while they're doing this deal,
So
Azar and can we go just grab him and bring him back?
grab them, bring them back.
Oh, are you guys stupid or something? These are sheep.
Goats and sheep. We did say that up front.
Oh, how does 20 gold sound then?
Even better. I was
Okay.
cutting you a deal, but we'll take 20. I will divvy that out between the 5 of us. So
Oh, that was nice.
4 gold each.
4 to everyone.
Or-
Oh.
I mean, unless you want Elspeth to just keep it in her weird hoard of money that she keeps accruing for some reason.
mean. Hang on to it, knowing what money means.
Right. Onward.
Yes, let's do.
All right. Fully equipped and completely haberdashered up. You make your way to the western gates of East Haven.
I'm going to keep an eye on my coin purse.
Make a perception check.
7.
Pat yourself down. It's still there.
Phew. For Donovan.
But you walk out and begin to make your way along the Eastway Road, which in itself, while covered with snow because of the frequent traffic, frequent-ish, there's at least the path that you can see for yourselves. There's a very light flurry of snow, but at no point is it distressing. But as the crunch of snow happens beneath your feet as you walk and walk and walk, you eventually find yourself at the fork, the south heading down towards Goodmead, and the rest of the Eastway heading towards Brinchander.
Question. This is about where I saw that strange figure when we were returning, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay. I definitely want to kind of pause as we reach the fork then and just take a look around the area.
perception check, please.
Thank you. Ooh, finally rolling good. 23.
23. You take stock, and thankfully the weather isn't too bad where it's restrictive of sight. The little bit of light that Azar almost always keeps on her, as she always lights things along the way. You look out past it, you focus your eyes using your dark vision. It's not there, nor do you really see anything of any interest.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose we continue on westward.
Westward you head.
Bryn Shander. You know, I've never been to Bryn Shander.
I would say technically everyone came through Bryn Shander at some point.
I was here once.
I certainly remember passing through, but I didn't really linger.
It's definitely, for all of you, it really wasn't much of a lingering kind of affair.
What do we all have the same passive? What do we all recall of the Bryn Shander?
Well, I will let you know when you get there.
Oh, got it.
Unless there's anything particularly you want to recall.
Not till we get there.
Mm-mm.
Unless there's anything specific about, like, are they particularly anti any particular, like they don't like magic, or they're real not into gnomes or something like that. We'd want to know before we show up. But
I mean, being the main town that most visitors come through, like it's the first one along the main pathway. Bryn Shander has, even though the winter has kind of dampened it a little bit, it is definitely the friendliest 10 towns. It is very open to having people.
Delightful.
Yes. But as you walk and walk, the snow crunching beneath your feet, and Renner...
Eventually, yes, he will have a moment of embarrassment, put on his snowshoes, kind of nod to Donovan if he's looking at him, and then throw his own boots kind of into his pack with his crampons. He feels taller now too, because he's probably not sinking into the snow. So
you're just up to your neck earlier.
Right.
But as you walk, at some point there's a person with a dog sled coming down down towards East Haven direction, and they pass by, and they really don't give you any much of a nod. They just go mush, and they
Who is that?
just some dog sled passing by, coming along.
Does it look like the that shipping company, or just a dog sled?
Perception check if you like.
May I assist?
You may roll.
You should make your own.
Or roll my Oh, well then.
4.
Woo.
All that snow in your eyes, buddy.
Yeah.
12.
12. You don't see the golden dog paw. It is just someone passing through a singular sled, heading towards the east way. But they pass by as the dogs kind of yip. Some of them kind of looking at you. It's like as they run past. But eventually, the light off into the distance, almost like if you've ever driven towards Las Vegas, where you kind of just see not the Luxor light per se, but like a bit of the light coming off from the desert. Similarly, you see within this pitch black at the edge of Azar's light, there's just a little bit of dot further ahead, and you continue to follow. It's almost got like a bowl effect, because as you approach, you all see the very familiar walls of Bryn Shander. They stand about 30 feet high, and basically it's 2 concentric rings of upright poles, and they have slotted dirt and rubble in between them, and then put slots of wood to stack and hold said things in. As you look, you see that there are guards atop the walls looking down, sees that, and you wave. And in an authoritative tone, but not threatening, is like, hello, welcome to Brynshanda.
Hi.
Hello. Please state your business. What do you happen to have to do in the town?
Where's the temple? We came to see, what was the guy's name again?
Refuge, and we are also looking for Dawnbringer by way of his son Erevel.
Right, Dawnbringer.
So we do not have a House of Lathander here. Are you searching for the House of Amanator?
I don't know. The
Yes.
House of the Morning Lord, is that it?
The Morning Lord, yes. We do have a house dedicated to Amanator. Is that
Sure,
your
okay.
business?
Yes.
That's the one.
And something warm to drink would be nice.
Okay. We just want to make sure. So a lot of things that go off into the night.
Make sure of what?
But I'm not sure if you've seen things out there. But
Oh, we see many things.
see,
There's
you're
a giant out in the lake.
At the moment, we're simply seeking respite from our travels. We don't really have any intention of staying very long.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. It's all good.
Appreciate it. Can never be too careful.
And large wooden gates standing about 15 feet tall with like a beam across it where people can walk across, just like as it slowly opens. But you are ushered once more inside. And
excuse me, I must know. What do other people say that they are doing here?
they're, very similar, refuge, business. Sometimes they would say where they're going. Yes, what else do we have here? We've some shops. Some people like to do shopping. Or the stables.
I don't suppose
Okay,
you've had
great.
any adventuring parties pass through recently, have you?
Recently, we've not here on the east gate, no.
right.
Possibly going through the north or the south gate.
Right, thank you.
One last question. Have you seen one that looks like me pass through here?
Well, there was a time about a couple weeks ago. It looked very similar like you.
Was it me?
I think so. I mean, yes?
Was it me? Sorry, James, was it me?
Yeah, it was you.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if it was okay. In that case, we'll just be like, all right.
All your Tritons,
Kind of rolls, yeah, right? And then kind of roll my eyes and then just continue walking in.
I mean, I can't see you. It's kind of dark. So was it you or?
Were they carrying this and then hold up the Triton?
Yes. It was...
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Certainly.
Have a lovely evening.
You as well.
Well, he seems pleasant.
The doors go just lock in place. But standing before you is Prince Shander. The architecture very I guess lodge-esque, where it's the architectural principles have maintained throughout, where it's wood being stacked in Lincoln log fashion, if you will, and peaked roofs to let the snow drift down, but no rounded buildings like a yurt or anything. Very Eastern Europe or Western European, excuse me, of like Germany, France, if you will.
So, about what time is it? We don't know.
The time it took.
Never mind. We don't know.
It took about time-wise, you don't know. Time that is taken, it's taken about 7.5 hours to get there from Haven.
So people are still up and about, so it's might be a good time to go and see the Dawnbringer right away.
Mm-hmm.
Before finding lodging.
Yeah, it would, if you were. Oh well, I mean, you guys don't know what time it is since no one has keen mind. You did see the little strip of sunset or sun around, which you know to be around 2 to 6-ish, at which point it has disappeared.
What were you going to say, Tassi?
I was just going to turn around and ask the guard.
Oh.
I don't know if we like
smart.
Does Amoa turn and ask?
Yeah, he like turns around. I got this. Hey.
Yes.
Up there.
Uh-huh.
What time of day is it already?
Okay, yeah. It's around 8 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank
Turn
you.
to the group.
I think that's the first person we've met who actually knew what actual time was.
I agree.
He's very good at his job. We'll write him a good letter.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, what was the name of what's the name of the temple we're going to?
The Morning Lord Temple.
It's the temple of Moa's.
Call him Amanada.
Guard.
You can call me Gunsa. Yes.
Where's the temple of the Morning Lord?
Oh, okay. So I can't come down right now. I'm in my post. But what you do is you go down, and it's about a good 10 buildings. You'll see the road open up, and you just take a right. And if you keep following that, you should be able to see a very large, long building.
Thank you.
Yes. I heard the recommendation letter. Just let them know, Gunsa. Gunsa.
We certainly will. Thank you, Gunsa.
Thank you.
I love that the first 15 minutes of this town is us huddling, asking each other questions, then just turning around and asking the guard.
Legit, I would do that in a group in real life, though. I'd be like, hang on, let me go ask.
What time do you think it is? I don't know. No, I got this. Hey, it's just so funny to me.
Would it also possibly be safe to say that Elspeth would know where the temple is? Because that's probably a building she would have at least passed by when she came through.
Passing by, looking at the map here, it's not on any main thoroughfare.
Okay. That's what I wanted to confirm. Because I was like, because if it was on a main thoroughfare, she probably would have stopped by at least. So, Okay.
To the Dawnbringer.
It's such a particular name for someone. I don't know about that. Anyway.
I thought it was a title.
It is. It's the Priests of Lithuania. It's just odd.
They worship the sun, right?
Yes, but he's the one who brings the dawn, not the priests.
We
are just the servants of. Never mind. Let's go.
And Azar will go on. It's like, I don't understand.
I don't either, Azar. I'm with you on this one.
As you begin to wax religion and titles and purpose, you weave your way through, and comparatively to like East Haven and even Goodmead, there's a bit more bustle, if you will. Not too much. Like, you definitely encounter people walking around. Most of them, like many of the people you've seen, have very bundled up, scarves around, hats or hoods. Some people with goggles across their eyes. But it is not it's not a dour feeling. It's just like, people going about their time in town. Eventually, as you weave your way through it, it's not like our kind of cities or ways where it's very structured. You do have to weave a bit. At one point, you do have to ask, well, did we take the right? And the person's like, oh, yeah, no, it's that way. Very good. Yeah, no, yeah, that one. Okay. You take that right, and then there you stand before you, you do see the path kind of open up and almost like a courtyard, if you will, or a plaza that just kind of opens up, and you see buildings kind of facing into this triangular area, and on the back end of, I guess, this isosceles triangle, you see a large building, of which you see a slightly similar but slightly different symbol of the sun on the building.
This appears to be it. Shall we go in?
I think so. Why is that different? It's weird.
It might just be a different cultural variation. Would I know why the symbol is different, or could I roll a check for it? Religion. I'm so glad I have proficiencies in just knowing shit and nothing else. 18.
18. So you know that the House of the Morning Lord worships the god Aminator.
Aminator, yeah.
Let me make sure I got the pronunciation.
Illuminator.
Amanator.
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 Yeah.
So you know that this is the House of Amanator. Basically, sun god. The belief is that Lathander is a aspect or a portion of Amanator, which is why they're both sun, where Lathander is almost more about the dawn, opposed to Amanator, where it's like sun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the difference between Helios versus Apollo versus something like that. Great. Excellent. All right. Elspeth's just gonna walk up and see if it's one of these, like, do the doors just open, we're allowed to walk in, or do we need to knock sort of situations.
As you walk up, you see actually the door swing inward and close behind as this tall figure just kind of slicks back very long silvery hair that just kind of falls straight. You see very not as pointed as yours, or more pointed, excuse me, than Donovan and Elspeth. Long ears, large arched eyebrows, and sharp features of nose, chin, and cheekbones. As a very elegant elf stands in the doorway, just...
Hello.
Hello there.
Dawnbringer?
Yes, that is I.
Ah. Hello, Dawnbringer. We bring word of Veravel from East Haven.
Ah, you have met my son.
And he had provided us with, kind of referencing to Donovan, a service, and so that perhaps we might be able to come to you for assistance.
Oh, well, I am a bit sorry. I have had a bit of a argument, if you will. I am a little not in the headspace, if you will.
Would you like to go get a drink at a tavern?
I personally do not drink, but sharing company with those who know my son would be nice.
Like a moose jerky?
You offer it? Certainly, something needs to be. Just bites into it. That's some very
Do you
good
like
work.
tea?
I do like tea.
Oh, good. Can have a nice cup.
Oh, well. I'm glad to see that my son has made friends so suddenly.
Oh, he was very nice.
Yeah, he lifted a curse off of me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised that is not been granted to him in terms of the powers of Lathander. How did he achieve such a thing?
Bathwater?
Yeah.
Ah.
You know, perhaps we should find an inn or somewhere, cafe, something where we could all sit down. We'd be happy to tell you the whole story.
Well, that one's a bit more ruckus. Shall we? I do know a nice little place. If you
Please, if you've got a recommendation, we'd be happy to take it.
Certainly, follow me. And you do notice that they didn't introduce their name, but you do notice that this elf is not one of the few that are wearing very warm clothes. It's pretty light and flowy, and it's very much the robes of the Thunder. But he leads you through a couple streets, actually takes you into a little back alleyway that takes you towards this door that is just sandwiched in between other buildings. And he's like, shall we go inside?
Of course.
Sure.
And immediately you're greeted by stairs. Yes.
Well, I'm a little bit on alert.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Just going down, going back alley downstairs.
Yeah. Going upstairs.
Oh.
Could I also reverse really quick before we go in? On the way over, Renner will be like, what was your argument about? You said you had an argument. Your son did mention something that you were in a bit of a situation. Again, no filter.
So, yes, well, I appreciate your candor. As you know, my son and I represent the House of Lathander, and that was the House of Aminator. The head priest there has a very particular sense of how the gods are supposed to be. I recommended a union, and she recommended a absorption of our church and relinquishing the name of Lathander. So
Renner will look to Elspeth when that couldn't give him.
Elspeth just sort of nods and interesting.
Azara just whispered Elspeth, so he wanted to marry her? What?
No, not quite. It's a little more complicated than that. It's religion and politics butting heads.
Land dwellers.
I am unfamiliar with the ways of the Triton, but I assure you that, yes, we have some very strange practices up here in land, as I'm sure you have some interesting practices below.
Better ones, yes.
Was this union proposed out of simply religious interest or financials, necessities?
Well,
serving the
both
people?
of our houses have taken a bit of a hit, if you will, since
the Eternal Night. Yes.
Eternal Night.
Right. Do you have any idea why? Because I was sent here to do something about that, and I'm not sure exactly why.
Well, one can only presume that the Lady Aurel is essentially the embodiment of Winter herself, and so I guess she chose a home here that suited her and has made herself known quite excessively.
So, do you have any idea how to make her go away? Because I wasn't actually told how to do that.
If I knew, small one, then I myself would follow through on that.
Forgive me.
But we've been talking much. Let us head inside. And we'll have...
Yes.
So you go down this alleyway as you're talking. You're keeping your eyes out. You're looking up and down. The door opens. You are immediately met with stairs that head you straight up into a nice little cafe. You see some tables, most of them with 4 seats around, a couple, 2 chairs, a counter in the back. And currently only one person there, just kind of sipping a cup. Just, I find this to be a respite in this very busy town.
Should we let's put some of these chairs,
Nice.
these tables together?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, quite.
I'll help Donovan do that.
Mm-hmm. And you see the elf just raise their hand and basically like kind of give a nod to the person at the counter, who's this young looking female, short cut hair right at the shoulders, and she nods and begins preparing some drinks. Please sit. So you know of my son, he helped clear your curse, and you are searching for me for...
Well, we removed the curse from Donovan. I'm terribly sorry. Elspeth, Donovan, Rena, Amoa, Azar. You are...
I myself am Brel.
Brel. Wonderful, thank you. Our friend Donovan here happened to get himself cursed, and your son was able to help us remove the curse from him. However, we do get the impression that the objects to which the curse was attached may still have such attachment. We were hoping you could perhaps remove that, or at least let us know if there's anything better to be done with them than simply trying to put them back where they came from.
So help me.
Sorry. What did you say, Azar?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, certainly. If I could see him, please, then I can better assess.
Yes, we were warned not to touch them again. That seems to be what got us into this trouble in the first place. But and she'll fish around in her bag and pull out the like handkerchief wrapped bundle and just sort of put it on the table and very carefully unwrap it.
I definitely spent a while connecting to the wand and was unable to sleep
for days.
Yes.
He robbed a grave and got cursed.
When artifact collection often involves certain dangers, and
I mean, I believe that is the problem right there. If you put it back, it should remain where it is.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Is that the only way that can be done? Can it not be removed remotely?
Well, if there is a, I'm assuming a particularly strong spirit within it.
One could say that.
Possibly a spell of banishment would send it on its way finally back to its eternal rest.
And is this a spell that you yourself know? Again, Erevel said that you might be more gifted.
I would say I'm definitely more adept at what he attempted without having to do a long, complicated ritual, but to banish something that is of quite high power.
Yeah, that settles that then, I suppose. Is there anything else we should do to try to help put the spirit at ease? I don't particularly care for spirits who are wandering around restless. It's sort of against my practices.
Mm-hmm. And as you say that, there's a few mugs placed out in front of you all. Gives a smell of mulled wine with a bit of cinnamon and clove in there.
No,
warm.
He won't. Yeah. He doesn't drink. He doesn't like alcohol.
Brel takes a notice but continues. Without knowing who exactly the spirit is, the only thing I can think of is putting it back.
Right. Or just it was helpful aside from the inability to rest and heal. It seemed to help in our artifact gathering adventures. And our I don't know. Azar, you say we're sort of all different, right? Azar, you're here to do something about Ariel?
Right. Well, I was meditating in the cave one day, and spirit. He had big wings, glowing eyes, big guy, sword and everything. He told me to go to the north in this place and to help bring back the light. And I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to do that.
Wow.
Hmm.
Huh.
Seems you were met with a vision of a solar.
He didn't tell me his name.
Oh, he did not tell you his name.
Well, I probably should have asked.
Hmm. I mean, the way you describe it is a perfect image of a solar. Very similar to how Aminator is portrayed in text and pictures.
Right. So, but he didn't tell me how. So,
Well, that will be certainly, I believe, your quest to find out what exactly, if you are to quell this Oriel, that seems to be your quest for the time being.
yeah, don't like the cold or the dark. It's
Speaking of the cold, I noticed you. So I arrived with a ring of warmth that I've loaned to Azar. It's on loan to me as well, but I loaned it to Azar. Are there others around? Do you know? Is there a trade in rings of warmth?
And you see Bro kind of like tap their chest. I mean, I was able to secure mine through the church. They sent it up for us to, I guess, bring the light to show that Lathander provides warmth for his followers. I'm unsure if the trade here is particularly strong, seeing as how there are many people wrapped in your kind of clothing. I do not believe so. Unless you were to search around, I have yet to do so.
Do you have any idea where we would start if we were going to help Azar?
Whew. Where to start?
Any tasks you think that might need to be done?
Have you or the Priests of Aminator tried anything already?
Have you punched her in the face yet? Sometimes that works.
Donovan, you can't just go around punching possible gods in the face.
No,
it works for me.
How many almost gods have you punched in the face, Azar?
I'm not sure. This is one really big guy that I fought in. Where was it? This terrible place called Baldur's Gate. He was really big.
Oh, I've heard never to go there. It's awful.
I was born there.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. That was good levity. You might want to speak, not with Lady Michonne of the house, but possibly, I don't know if ward or a guest. Guest would be a good word. He's a gnome. I think not him, but a colleague of his was attempting to make something happen with Oriel. So his name is Copper. He's in the house. A bit of a surly young gnome, but yes. That might be a place to start.
Right.
And is there anyone around here that needs any help, any jobs done? We kind of need to make some money.
plenty of jobs. I'm sure if you walked out on the street and looked for people looking for people, you will find someone who's looking for help.
Okay.
I kind of look around. Is there a bulletin board or anything in here?
As you take in this cafe, it's warmly lit, has a bit of fabric kind of drifting across the top onto a center chandelier that's a nice pale blue. But aside from the one other patron who's definitely into their third or fourth cup of mulled wine, just kind of relaxed out in their chair, there isn't much. They are illuminated by a window that you know to point directly out into the alleyway.
Amor looks at Renner. Is like, "You gonna drink that?"
Absolutely not. It's all you. I'm sorry. I feel Brel, that we've been speaking like crabs and going around. Do you need assistance? Are you looking to? I'm confused as to why. I understand you need a moment to step away, but if your faction and the other faction that normally worship or praise the same deity are not getting along, do you need assistance in removing yourself from the fact? I'm a little confused as to your own situation. Do you need assistance? I suppose is what I'm asking.
No, I'm fine. It is simply an extension of union to further bolster our numbers within 10 towns itself, and the Lady Michonne is being very difficult in accepting said union.
Well,
should we go see Lady Michonne?
that's I don't know how to proceed because Renner. I'm not sure if Renner is. Can he like check if he thinks in Brel saying this? Brel is like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get rid of the lady so and so. But again, he's not very perceptive, Renner.
And that's because that's check if you want.
Okay, because that's what we've been kind of like dealing with all around here. You said insight.
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be a 15.
15. I mean, speaking with Brel about Lady Michonne in particular, he's annoyed, but at no point is it really aggressive. He's just exasperated.
Got it. Great. You don't need our assistance, so maybe we should go speak with
the gnome fellow.
Or the gnome fellow. I just
Copper or
yes, Copper.
Okay.
Yeah. Perhaps well, let's continue. Did we didn't order food yet, did we?
Yes.
But there's food.
Do you wish to have food? I can put in an order, but this nice break has given me the breath I need. But
just the mulled wine then.
Okay. Well, it has been lovely talking with you, and I'm glad to see my son has made some very nice acquaintances. When we adopted him, he was a bit more of a bookish lad, stayed by himself. So it is good to know that he is sociable.
He was certainly a great help to us.
Very nice.
Good. Well, for being his friends, this mulled wine is on me, and I will hopefully see you all in the near future.
Good luck with your problem.
Thank you very much.
Amor reaches over and puts a hand on his shoulder. Go, you should write to your son. It goes back to his wine.
I will. Thank you. And Brel leaves you all to your mulled wine.
How sketchy does the other guy in this room look?
Elzaph was about to lean over to Donovan and be like, Donovan, what's up with that guy?
Yeah, you watch his bro leave, and then you throw your eyes over a little bit, and this guy is just like, He's
Right.
chilled out, man.
Had a good old time over there.
So I guess our next move is to talk to Copper, or maybe ask around if people need help. Or Elspeth, we were also. What is the place north of here that you wanted to go?
Kerkornig would have been north of East Haven. We'd have to backtrack, so perhaps another time. It
Right.
might not be important. I just know there was some connection to those Duragar there, and I was told that they might have word of my father. It's not
Oh,
important. We can wait.
Well, I would say that we should not call that not important.
Well, it certainly doesn't seem quite as important as stopping a demigod from pervading eternal winter, so
I would beg to. I do believe that family probably is a little bit more important at the moment as well.
either way, I think speaking to this copper would give us some excellent information, and perhaps we can pick up some side work either from the temple or I don't know. I seem to have good luck finding job notices in bars for some reason.
Renner,
We can do both.
Yes, Donovan.
I mean, I think it's just interesting. What brings you? I don't think we've ever discussed this. What brings you to 10 Towns?
Well, I thought I might have discussed it earlier, but it was because me and for once Renner is going to look a little verklempt, a little not as confident. I was like, well, it did involve my sister. We were told to come out this way because the Sea of Moving Ice is no longer moving and has started to disrupt parts of one of our schools up there, and so we came looking for answers about that, which I think I've sufficiently got it. Which there's a deity and there's things and something controlling, whatever. I don't know, but I have lost my sister, and before I can return back to the school, I know she's in the 10 Towns somewhere, so I am here for the duration.
Did she come looking for the same information?
We were told to come out together. Yes, that was our main objective. Yes.
And you didn't stay together?
I may have said something along the line. I may have said something to her that upset her, and she has decided to go off on her own, which is fine and understandable, but I do not understand why. She seems to have forgotten our way of living, and and then he's going to kind of look down into the mulled wine, the leftover mulled wine, and just kind of trail off. He's not going to really finish his statement of that.
Elspeth is just gonna reach across the table and just really gently kind of put her hand on his and not say anything.
Renner will acknowledge it and then kind of look at her and smile and then pat her hand and gently remove it.
Yeah.
And kind of put it back in her own lap. You'd be like,
Yeah.
But again, we are all, and then he'll kind of brush it off and be like, again, we are all looking for someone. We're all here and our paths have all crossed for some reason, but that is why I am here, Don.
Right.
And I think that I have, again, got enough information to go back to my school and inform them and our tribe of what is causing this, because that's the only thing that we were told to go out. That was our objective. But I personally feel that going back with the unresolved issue of my sister is not personally. I would like to resolve this before returning.
Right.
They would
Understood.
definitely miss her presence. The school would. The school would miss her presence.
Certainly.
The school.
Yes.
The school
No, of course, the school.
Yes.
would miss her. Mm-hmm.
Siblings.
What brings a Goliath out from the mountains? A Moa.
He sort of shifts in his chair slightly uncomfortably and reaches for the leftover mulled wine and just tops it off. And just like Rena was looking for my sibling. In our culture, the sibling is supposed to be there for the betrothing, and I was supposed to get married. But I got cold feet. I think that's what the humans say. I've been hearing it quite frequently. And I said, no, and I have cold feet. Just not ready. And, when I went to go tell my brother, could not find him. I had to confide in him that I wasn't ready. And my father, he said, you take this. He shows his hook. You find your brother and you work out your differences and you figure out why you're not ready. And to be honest, when I met you all and I was pacing by the fire, I was lost. I had no idea why I'm out here. I left to find my brother, but honestly, being around you, I feel like I'm finding myself a little bit more. You know what I mean? I never seen someone so close to death before. Point to Elspeth. You make me realize that life is incredibly special. And I hope, and it looks at Renner, I hope you find your sister. I hope I find my brother.
I hope you find your brother as well, Pinar.
He looks over.
And I hope you. Oh, I was going to say Elspeth too. And your father.
Oh, I'll see him sooner or later, regardless. It's just a matter of which side of the veil it's on. I do hope, for all your sakes, it's on this side that you find yours.
Yes,
Looks at Azar. Looks at Azar. Yeah. What about you, Azar? You have family?
Well, kind of. I was raised in a monastery in the desert. They're all like my family.
It's your tribe.
I mean, I was given to them by some people when I was small.
And did they task you with coming up here to find out, or was this something on your own that you decided to accomplish?
Oh, well, when I was meditating, I was asked to come here and do something. It was really vague. What exactly? Well, it wasn't vague. They didn't actually tell me at all what I was supposed to do with the solar that he said. Yeah, didn't actually tell me how. So I guess I got to figure that out. I don't know. Sometimes people from our monastery get sent to go places. Sometimes they come back. They don't always come back though.
Dear.
And you left knowing this?
Oh, yes. I was asked to go. They needed help. Wouldn't you?
Hey.
All right, Donovan, your turn. Do you have any deep, dark family trauma and secrets you'd like to share?
Why do you like money so much?
Well, I don't have any. And that's difficult to stay in nice places without it.
Oh.
I don't think you'll need much here. There aren't many nice places.
Yeah. So I'm trying not to be found.
Oh.
It's sort of the opposite of you guys. It's sort of crossed the wrong people doing nefarious things.
You do
Them or
nefarious
you?
things? Yes, very good question, Azal.
Well, I mean, nobles are not really the greatest people, but sometimes they don't take to being taken.
Did you say nobles are not the greatest of
yes.
people? All right. Okay, Donovan, watch your step.
Well,
I'm just
in
teasing.
Waterdavian nobles specifically. But yeah, so, I figured I guess I was wrong. I did not think nobles would travel to this type of place.
They are tasked, they will, yes.
On the bright side,
Anyway.
you picked the most inconspicuous group you could possibly have hooked up with.
Yes. Very subtle. Anyway, but I borrowed, unrelated, well, sort of unrelated. I borrowed that ring. Figured it would be the best way to survive out here.
Does the person you borrowed it from know that you borrowed it?
No. Oh, no.
Right,
no,
okay.
no.
Just wanted to clarify.
I would love to return it someday.
Of course.
But, yeah. Or get enough money to buy more of them. And, yeah.
Well, I'll tell
How
you this,
about we
Don.
find a place to stay the night? It's getting kind of late.
Sure. And I will tell you this, Donovan. If and when I return back to the Sea of Moving Ice, and if our paths ever do cross again, I will definitely reimburse you for the the things you have done and saved my life, I think, repeatedly already on this journey. So,
I mean, I
and
don't.
again,
I just just some lifestyles to take a little bit more money. I have a feeling I'm going to start needing a lot more ink and paper. Yeah.
Well, shall we find an inn?
Yes, that sounds lovely.
Right.
Mo gets up and
let's do it.
motions to Donovan to help him put the chairs and tables back where they were.
Yeah, I help.
Puts it back. You guys step out once more down.
You've completed your backstories. Congratulations.
Tragic backstory unlocked.
Achievement unlocked. Yeah.
Exactly. Platinum your backstory.
But yes, you all walk your way out and you begin to meander out of the alleyway. And just as you cross the cross section, who's leading the group at this moment?
Probably Elspeth or Azar, since they
Yeah,
were the ones who
probably.
suggested it.
Azar, as you walk forward, you get bumped into just as you're colliding into the same intersection, and someone steps off to the side. It's like, oh, hey, which way you're walking? And you see behind them two other people, much shorter, about 4'6" as they stand there.
Do they look familiar?
No, they do not. Largely because they are wrapped up in cold weather clothing.
God damn it.
Wrapped up all the way, and they look at you. It's like, which way you're walking? All right, gonna knock you over, little girl.
Azarda says, okay, and we'll start to walk away, but we'll very visibly check her pockets because she has learned that everyone freaking steals your stuff.
Perception check.
Wisdom right there. No.
Let's see. what is Azar's perception bonus? Because I forgot. Okay. That's a 15 on the die. So that is, I believe it's 18.
It's a 19. You have the same modifier
19.
I do.
Okay.
19. Your stuff is still there. As Azar continues to walk, the small group of people look at you as like, this is an interesting group of people.
Copper?
No.
Ah.
Hrun.
Silver?
No, Hruna.
Bruna,
Hruna.
you looking for interesting people? We've certainly got stories to tell.
Well, interesting people, yeah. If interesting people are interested in some work.
What kind of work?
Well, basically, me, Hruna, this is Storm, this is Chorus. Basically, what happened? We were we work for the oh shit, what's the name? Sorry.
Yeah.
My
Stored?
brain went blankety blank. Blah, 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 blah. We work for the Black Iron Blades. They're a smithy and outfitter, and we are bringing a shipment in from Kelvin's Cairn. When we are attacked and we lost our shipment, and you all look like interesting lot that could possibly track it down.
What were you attacked by, or who?
Oh, we were attacked by a Yeti.
Like the big tall.
Yeah, the big tall ones. They've been kind of coming down from Kelvin's care, a bit more brazen these days. Don't know. I mean,
Probably hungry.
Probably hungry. He ate us on very quickly.
Sorry, 8 what? I didn't catch that.
Son.
Our companion. Ubuk. Sorry, wrong name. Ubuk. He was the reason why we three escaped.
Right.
And a
you need
shipment of what did
Yes.
you lose? Was it food?
Not food, iron. Iron
So it probably didn't eat that. That's good. The
No.
last time we went for a shipment, all the stuff got drank.
Not all of it. We took 3 barrels back.
Okay, a lot of the stuff got drank.
Most of the stuff. Why would a Yeti want to steal iron?
I agree. That doesn't.
I wanted to
don't
eat the
think-
people.
Yes.
Was the shipment left where it was?
Right.
We ran. Ubuk is the reason we're alive.
Right. How?
So where is it? How far?
It's up north. A few
By
Yeah,
Kier Koenig.
Like
No, not
Kelvin's
Pierre
cairn.
Kelvin's care.
Well, what was the city you needed to visit, Elspeth? Because
It doesn't matter. We can deal with that another time. How far away from Kelvin's cairn were you?
Well, we were a few hours out of Bryn Shanda here. We were trying to bring.
okay.
Oh, all right.
How much does it pay? Because
Yeah,
he
how
really
much are
needs
you
money.
paying?
And I point to Donovan.
Well, we appreciate the brazenness. We'd be able to give, I guess, each of you a gemstone worth 50 gold.
How heavy is it? Iron's heavy.
Well, it's on a sled, so as long as the sled is intact.
Do you have
Yes.
dogs?
Well, the dogs may
Got eaten. Oh, yeah.
not be there. And you look as one of the doors on the right side of fuck, why can't I do
Bruna.
Hruna.
Bruna.
The one she pointed to being Storn is just kind of like looking upwards and just like
Did you happen to see the witch-
Frostmaiden.
Yes.
Storn is there and he's like, well, I mean, yes, we all see her every night. Basically, if you look up into the sky at a certain window, she tends to be there. Yeah. just kind of keeps looking upwards.
At the same time, in the same place, every night?
Well, she tends to make her way around and, does the magic and stuff like that.
So she has to do that magic every night for this to perpetually... okay.
Basically, yes. At least to my knowledge.
Donovan, do you think this has something to do with the Yeti?
I mean, now that it's cold and they're hungry and, the wildlife are coming closer, I don't know, maybe there's... the Yeti didn't steal your iron, did he? The iron's probably still out there.
Well, I mean, it would be very strange if a Yeti was like, ooh, some iron. I think he was more of, ooh, some dwarves. Let's eat them.
So you need us to go get your iron, and then we'll bring it back, and then...
Yes, that would be
You'll
great.
get paid, Donovan.
Yeah, that sounds like a good transaction to me.
Excellent. That's great. Yeah, if you're able to bring it, you could also 10% off at the black iron blades. 10% off. Bring it back. Yes.
Do you also do rings or anything like that, or is it just weapons?
I mean, we could make you a ring.
I think he's looking for a magical ring. Do you handle magical items? Right.
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anyone in town or in the area who does?
Donovan, perhaps we shouldn't count our chickens before they've paid us for getting the money, getting things back. We do have a tendency to not always return on time. You recall the last time we fought large creatures that had stolen something.
I thought we were doing this for jewels, not chickens.
We would love to assist you. Elspeth will pull out her map and just hold it out. Could you show me about where you think you were?
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of get a general trajectory of where we should head.
Yeah, and basically from Bryn Shander, they kind of point in the direction of Kelvin's cairn, so that would be northeast of you.
Okay, so just follow along the track like we're headed that way, sort of. Okay.
Okay, do we start tomorrow then?
Yes. Yes.
Have you all not found the rooms yet?
We were just on our way.
No.
Well, let's see here. What do we have here? Okay. Well, I mean, there's the North Look. If you're interested, it's a bit more of a raucous place. We're very close to the House of Aminator. They've been known to house people every now and then. And then there's some stuff down south if you're interested. Closer to the town hall could be a bit more hoity-toity.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
I'm always like, since you're sending us to this quest, looks at the group quest.
Yeah.
And
chaotic.
We may not return fully intact. Any chance you could pay our rooms for tonight?
Roll a persuasion check.
All right.
Yeah, of course. Who can say no to that face? Who can say no to a Moa?
14.
14?
Well,
someone can say no.
I mean,
Bruna looks at you and she's like, how about this? We can pay halfway?
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes. All right. Then the North Look, shall we?
Okay.
Beggars or choosers.
I know. He is being quiet.
Yeah.
He's learning about your stupid land-dwelling customs.
Elspeth was fully ready to go hook up at the church. She's a cleric.
Yeah, I was going to say. Lena wanted to show Donovan the high, noble life.
But-
Yes,
Oops.
that would be lovely, Runa. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
We really don't need. We could probably do with 2 rooms. We're very good at bunking up. So
Excellent, excellent. And they begin to walk away and they signal with their right hand, and you notice that their glove only has 2 fingers as they just like lead you that way. The other ones are sewed shut. Just as you
On all of them or just Runa?
are you looking at their
I feel like after seeing that, you might want to check other
Mm-hmm.
phalanges. Yeah.
the
Give me
phalange?
some serious penguin vibes.
Roll me a perception check, Donovan.
may I also do an insight check on these guys now that we've had this conversation?
13.
13. You look and you notice that on Chorus, the silent one, on both his left and right glove, some of the fingers look a little stiff. Just as they walk. Stiff, yeah, they're very
They're not curling the way you
normal.
naturally would.
Naturally. They're very stiff.
Mhm.
Uh,
16 for an insight.
16. So far, they've been pretty straightforward with you.
Okay.
But as they-
Spending too much time with Donovan, I'm getting sketchy now.
But as you guys follow Hruna, Storn, who's constantly got their arms crossed and kind of looking up, and then the silent Chorus just kind of walking along, they lead you toward the northern side of Bryn Shander. And you stand before the North Look Inn. Nothing particularly spectacular of this place, but you can hear inside the ruckus sounds of laughter, and as you approach, some sounds of fighting. But before we enter that, that's where we're going to end.
Oh,
Anthony?
wanted to throw down.
Down to fighting.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We
All
might
too
get our
familiar.
tavern brawl that is quintessential Dungeons and Dragons, and I haven't done it in either campaign.
I was gonna say we haven't had a good bar fight yet. It is about time.
We were close.
We got
though.
close.
We were close. Yeah, we were very close.
All right, who's betting on Azar? That's all we need.
Yeah.
I am.
Some money there.
It's going to start with Azar bursting the door open and smacking someone in the back. And then it just goes from there.
Elspeth just goes, I'm gonna sit outside. I do not want this is not the way I'm going to die. Any other way, this is for me.
A bottle across the face, and I was
And Elspeth's down.
Amazing.
All 3 of my hit points just gone.
But y'all, that was
Arr.
delightful. Thank you all so much
Yay!
for joining us.
Thank you, James.
We got to see some backstory, some stuff I haven't heard yet. So I may be asking about that soon. But yeah, we got a bit of a burgeoning romance for Elspeth. We've got good old 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Classic. And yeah, he made it across all the way to Bryn Shander, meet little Gunther and Brell, and now you've met Hruna, Storn, and Chorus as they take you to the rooms of the North Look Inn.
Made it through a whole game
Quality.
without getting robbed.
Yeah.
Or injured. I think. Yeah.
I think Elspeth might have taken some psychic damage.
Oh, Elspeth took a lot of psychic damage.
After that, yeah, that was embarrassing.
Brutal.
Both Elspeth and Indra, good God. Awkward little children. But awkward little half elves. Yes. Any last minute announcements?
Yeah, in an hour and 20 minutes, we're going to be back with Down Darker Trails, where one of our characters has just shot a man's head off and cracked open his rib cage to find a seed.
Ah.
Like
You
a
know,
casual
it's good.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craigslist. Hey.
Yes. And to that, folks, we are we're back also on Monday for Dragon of Ice Fire Peak. And join us Tuesday as a few of us play Skies Over to Lindia, the freelancer system, which is out on Kickstarter right now. We're getting a little bit of a preview thanks to the developer and publisher and designers. So
Okay.
check that out Tuesday. I know Laura's playing in it. Who else?
We've got Lori, Laura, Tiana, Julie, and Aaron Acosta.
There we go. There we go. Gonna mix of Dragon of Ice, Spire Peak, and Chaos Agents on Tuesday. So check that out when that drops. And we'll be back here next Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for some Rime of the Frostmaiden. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you all next week. Bye-bye.